عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى أهله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Now, alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has spared our lives to this moment again. We ask Him to preserve our lives on goodness, and we ask Him to shower His blessings on the noblest of mankind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and those who follow their footsteps till the day of reckoning. Ameen. Now, inshallah, tonight we are going to be treating a new topic, and it is al-ism al-mosul. Al-ism al-mosul. So, was al-ism al-mosul? So let's check the core in that section. So we have al-qawaid. So we have al-qawaid, al-qaidat al-ula. He said al-ism al-mosul. So ism al-mosul, what do we call ism al-mosul? The relative pronoun. Ismun is an ismu, it's a noun, ma'rifatun, and it is definite. You know, if you can recall from when we did the al-ma'arifu as-sab'i, when we said that فمدمر أعرفها ثم العلم واسم إشارة وموصول متم. So among the ma'arif as-sab'i we have ism al-mawsul. So here they are telling us again that al-ism al-mawsul, the relative pronoun, what is it? Ismun is an ism, ma'rifatun, it is definite. Yata'ayyanu al-maqsud minhu. So what is intended by this relative pronoun, it becomes clear, it becomes specified. Bijumlatin ba'dahu, by the sentence coming after it, to some silatan, that is called sila. I hope we get. So the ism al-mawsul itself would not be clear except by looking at the jumla coming after it, which is called the sila. They usually call it sila as silatu, or they call it silatul mawsul, meaning connector of the connected, meaning something that has association with that relative pronoun. I hope we get. Ismun ma'rifatun, this is an ism that is definite. Yata'ayyanu al-maqsud minhu. So what is intended by it, by that particular is the pronoun, it is clear, it is specified. The intention, what is intended by it is specified by the jumlatin ba'dahu, by the jumla coming after it, to some silatan, and it is called sila, meaning so sila can mean the connection or the relation. So we have another coin that said yajibu an tashtamila silatu ala damirin ya'udu ala al-mawsul yusamma aidan. So yashtamilu ala silati, yajibu an tashtamila silatu. So what we call that sila, meaning the sentence coming after the ism mawsul. I hope you get. The sentence coming after the ism mawsul, it is compulsory that it contains a damir, it should contain a pronoun, ya'udu, that is going back, ala al-mawsul, that is going back to the ism mawsul itself, to that relative pronoun. We must have a damir contained in that jumla, a jumla coming after the ism mawsul itself, a damir connecting back to the ism mawsul itself. You some aidan, and it is called aid. So they call it aid, means the reverter, something that goes back. Up we get. So you don't aid in aida has two meanings. It can be aida mean roja, or aida means zaro. So in this context, aida means roja, something like roja, return. So we must have a damir returning back to the ism mawsul. Yajibu an tastamila silatu ala damir. It is compulsory that the sila, the jumla coming after the ism mawsul, that it contains a damir ya'udu ala al-mawsul, that is going back to the ism mawsul. Yes, yusamma aidan, and it is called aid. I hope that's clear. Nam. So lastly we have al-asma'ul mawsula. So what we have been saying is ism mawsul, al-asma'ul mawsula. What are they? What are the relative pronouns? So we have al-ladhi the one who. So that's how it's translated to, or it can mean the one whom. It depends on the context. Inshallah, we will see it now. So alladhi, any to shepe in Yoruba, any to shepe. So this is for what? Il mufrad al mudhakkar. So this is just for singular, the masculine singular. Up scale. So allati, the one who also, any to shepe obìnrin. So lil mufradati al muannatha, for the feminine singular. Up is clear. We have alladhani, so this one too, the two people who, or the two people whom, it depends on the context. So lil muthanna al mudhakkar, so this for dual, feminine, masculine dual, for the masculine dual. We have allatani, lil muthanna al muannas, so this is for feminine dual also. I hope it's clear. This is for feminine dual also. Then we have alladhina. I want to say you might have alladhina, you meaning those who, those meaning the jama'at dhukur, for three or more masculine, plural for plural masculine. Allati li jama'at inas, so this one too for plural of feminine. Then we have, okay, before I go, so this allati, so this is not the jamu, so look at it. We have alladhi, this is for masculine. The dual is what? Alladhani. And the jamu is what? Alladhina. Up you get alladhi, alladhani, alladhina. Then we have allati, allatani, allati. So this allati, actually the plural can come in like three forms. We have allati, we have allai, we have allawati. Up you get, so there's allai in the Quran and there's allati also. So we have, so moving on, we have man. It was man used for it. It said lil'akil mutlaqan. This is for an entity that has intellect, meaning human beings actually. An entity that has intellect, human being actually. Mutlaqan. Absolutely. You can use it for one person, you can use it for two persons, you can use it for more than two or more, three and above. Unlike alladhi, it's only used for one. Alladhani, only used for one. Alladhina, NRC. Alladhani, only used for two. Then alladhina, three or more. I hope it's clear. Same with allati. Allati, only used for one. Allatani, two feminine. Allati, three feminine or more. But this man, you can use it for one masculine, two, three. Even for feminine, it applies anyhow. In as much as the entity has intellect, you can use it for it. I hope you get. So we have ma legoyil al-akil mutlaqan. Ma is what? For non-intellectual entity, meaning can be anything other than human beings. Ma is used, and it's not restricted to any number. It can be one, two, or more than that. I hope it's clear. So these are all the asma'ul mawsula, relative pronouns. So all of them are relative pronouns. So let's see the amsila now. So what do we have here? We have al amsila to the examples. Golabtu alladhi golabani. Golabtu alladhi golabani. I defeated the one whom defeated me. I defeated the one whom defeated me. Now see, this alladhi is al-ism al-mawsul, and so they told us the jumla coming after the ism al-mawsul is what? Silatul mawsul, or as-silatu. As-silatu. So we have golabani. So this is sila, meaning this is the connection and this is the connected. So please, this is the relationship, this is the relative, in the sense that this ism mawsul has a relationship with this ism mawsul generally cannot exist except, or cannot be understood except by checking what is coming after it. So now see, golabtu alladhi, I defeated the one whom. Stopping there, it does not make sense, or is incomplete. The one whom what? What happened? So it's not complete unless you now look at the jumla coming after it. The one who defeated me. Oh, so the one who defeated me, I defeated him also. Up is clear. So alladhi ism mawsul, golabani silatul mawsul. Up is clear. So you can see this is only one. It's referring to mufrad and is referring to mudhakkar, masculine singular. I hope you get. So let's move on. We have safarati allati kanat indana. Safarati allati kanat indana. The one who was with us traveled. The one who was with us traveled, or she traveled. The one who was with us. You can translate like that. She traveled. The one who was with us. You can see now. So if I say safarati allati, the one who, she traveled, the one who is incomplete. Safarati allati, or travel any to shape is incomplete. So kanat. So this coming. So you have this ism mawsul. The jumla coming after it. It can just be one sentence, but it does not matter. So this whole jumla, this is a jumla, and this is a jumla in this context also. So kanat indana, was with us. Aha. So the one who was with us, what happened? Safarat, she traveled. You can see now. So this, like it said that this ism mawsul, it cannot be understood. So let me just see. Ismun ma'rifatun, it is an ism that is definite. Okay, yata'ayyanu al-maqsud minhu. So what is intended by it? You know, when we say the one who, the one whom, what do you mean? So the intention behind that is clear. Bijumlatin ba'dahu, by the sentence coming after it. So you have to look at the sentence coming after it before you can understand what the ism mawsul, what they are trying to say in that context. I hope it's clear. Now, so let's continue now. So we have hadara alladhani kana musafiraini. Hadara alladhani kana musafiraini. So hadara, ma mana hadara? So the two persons were present. The two persons were present. Who are the two persons? What are you trying to tell us? So he said what? Kana musafiroini. The two persons who were travelers were present. Okay, now it's clear. So this is our ism mawsul, and this is our silatul mawsul. This is our sila, meaning the connection, and this is what is connected to it. This ism mawsul is always connected to the jumla coming after it. So that's why it's called mawsul, meaning the connected, the relative. It is relative to this. So it is dependent on the sentence coming after it for it to make sense. I hope you get. And that reminds me again, you know, and they told us that in the Quran that we must have, so what we call the silatul mawsul, meaning the jumla coming after the ism mawsul must have a domir. Ya'udu ila al-ism mawsul. Ogbodo pada. It has to revert back to the ism mawsul. So in this context now, so let's read this. So kana musafirun. Where's the domir here? You know, this is a friend. Where's the domir? Is this aliful isnain? It is going back. You know, this alladhani represents two, meaning two persons. We are talking about two persons. The two persons who. Aha. So where is the domir in this jumla? So it is this aliful isnain. What about in this kanat? So you know, this is third person feminine singular. There is domir mustatir, what was written in the last class. So here is going back to this allati. In this context too, golabani, this is third person masculine singular, and it has domir mustatir. What's the domir mustatir? It is huwa. You know, what's the fine here? It is huwa. It's not shown, or it's not showing. So it is huwa. It is going back to it. Kanat, it is here. It's not, because we don't have anything to show us that there is a file here, so it is going back. But in this context, kana, this alifun is name, that is the file, and that's the domir. Aidun ila ism mawsul, so it is going back to the ism mawsul. I hope you get. Now, so we have next one. We have ja'atil latani taskunani amamana. Ja'atil latani taskunani amamana. The two person came. The two of them came. Who are the two of them? Aha. Taskunani amamana. The two female persons that are living in front of us. Aha. So it's clear now. So they came. Okay. Because if you say the two of them came, the two of them, the two of them who is not clear. So allatani means the two feminine who, the two feminine who. So it's not clear. So you have to look at this the jumla coming after it, the silatul mawsul. So it will tell us what they intend by this, the two person who. So we said a domir has to go back. Where's the domir? Aliful isnain. Aliful isnain. So please don't forget. So it is going back. It is one going back to this ism mawsul. So uhibbu alladhi allamuni. Uhibbu alladhina allamuni. I love those who taught me. See now, those who taught me. I love those who. It's not clear. You have to look at this back as the jumla coming after the ism mawsul, yani the silatul mawsul. So this is the silatul mawsul. This and lamun, the jumla coming after it. So where is the domir going back to this alladhina to show us that it is what they intend. So this wawul jama, you know, wawul jama is the domir. So it is going back, meaning three or more masculine. So so uhibbu alladhina, I love those who taught me. So you can see now. So this ism mawsul and this silatul mawsul, the jumla coming after it. So moving on. Ra'aytu allai yastagilna fil masna'i. Ra'aytu allai yastagilna fil masna'i. So I saw those whom, or I saw those who. But what are you trying to tell us? So what happened? You saw those who, please complete the sentence. So you have to look at this back. Yastagilna fil masna'i. Those who are preoccupied in the factory. Okay. Or they are working in the factory. Okay. Now we understand. So where's the domir going back to it? No, niswa. It has, you have to have a domir going back to this and to connect with it. So this is sila, meaning this is the connection, and this allahi is connected to this domir. I hope you get. So ra'aytu allahi, I saw those who are preoccupied in the factory. I hope you get. Now, so moving on, we have ahsin. Ahsin ila man ahsana ilayka. Ahsin ila man ahsana ilayka. So do good to whom, or to who. It's not clear. Do good to who does good to you, or who did goodness to you. So you can see man, I hope it's clear. So do good to whom, do good to whom. It's not clear. Who should I do good to? So you have to look at this thing, the jumla coming after it is very important to be able to understand what is intended by the ism mawsul. You cannot understand the ism mawsul unless you look at the jumla coming after it. So ahsana ilayka, the person who did good to you, so do good to him also. You can see now. So that is, and where is the domir? So you have to check out the domir. So this is third person masculine singular, and there is no any indicator that there's a fa'il here. So the fa'il is what? Damir mustatir. Taqdiruhu huwa. The estimation is huwa. So huwa is going back to this man. Up you get. So do good to whom, or to he who does good to you. So you can see. Do good to he who does good to you. So now lastly we have la ta'kul. La ta'kul ma la tastati'u hadmahu. La ta'kul ma la tastati'u hadmahu. Don't eat what you cannot, or you can't possibly digest. You know, istata meaning to be capable, or what you are not capable of digesting. So la ta'kul, don't eat what you are not capable of digesting. See now, don't eat what? Don't eat what? Ma is what in this context? Don't eat what? What shouldn't I eat? You get? So la tastati'u hadmahu. What you are not capable of digesting, don't eat it. You can see now. So ma, what is the where is the ma? Where is the ayn going back? Where is the domain going back to ma in this context? Can you answer it? So it is who. What you are not capable of digesting, this who is going back to the ma, meaning this particular thing that you can't digest, don't eat it. So that is the what. All this is clear. Now, so and lastly, like, so this man is applicable to all these ones that we have in the beginning, like those ones that we are using for human beings, meaning lil'akil, things that have intellect. If I say golab to man, golabani is correct. I defeated the person who defeated me. I hope you get. Safarat man kanat indana. The person traveled. Who is the person? Kanat indana, that was with us. Man is applicable. Hadara man kana musafiraini. The hadara man, the person or the two persons that were travelers came or were present. You can see man is applicable. Ja'at man taskunani amamana. The two persons or the two female persons that lives in front of us came. You can see now is applicable. If I say uhibbu man and lamuni, I love those whom taught me, is applicable also. Ra'aytu man yastagilna fil masna'i, I saw those whom are busy in the factory, is applicable also. I hope you get. So that is damir al-ism al-mawsul for us. So we must have, so to cap it on now. So al-ism mawsul is an ism that is definite. Yata'ayyan al-maqsud minhu. So what is intended by it is specified or becomes specified bi jumlatin ba'dahu, by looking at the jumla coming after it. And the jumla coming after it is what it's called, what? Sila or silatul mawsul. Please note that. Then again is that yajibu an tastamila silatu. So what we call that sila, that means the jumla coming after the ism mawsul, it is compulsory that it contains a domir that is going back to the mawsul. So those two things. So please take note of that. And it's called aid. It is called aid. So that is where we are going to stop tonight's class, inshallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this knowledge that we are learning beneficial for us in this life and hereafter. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.